Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is a Facebook Marketplace haul. I got this bucket and this bag full here for the grand total of $160, which means I overpaid. You know, it happens sometimes. The estate sales have been real dry still for the last, man, it feels like it's been over a year. So this is just something I got off Facebook Marketplace. There's not a lot of vintage tools here. A lot of it's more like modern tools. A lot of it's Chinese made, but there's still a lot of good usable stuff in here. I've just taken a kind of a quick look at it as I was buying it. I didn't go piece by piece, so we'll kind of take a look at everything and I'll be seeing what's there just as at the same time you are. So here we go. We'll start out with the Husky bag first. So each one of these bags was 35 bucks. So of course you got the Husky bag. These are like 12 bucks new from Home Depot. Got a couple pockets on there. It looks relatively new. A few little stains here, but it looks like it's in good shape. We got a nice big Empire level. This is a square. It's a 12-inch rafter square, of course made in the USA. Empire, those are real nice. I don't have a big one like this. Got a couple 6 inchers, but not a big one. Here is Cobalt X speaker. I don't know. Let's take a look here. Does it turn on? It might need to be charged.
Power on.
Power on.
Bluetooth
It's got a
mode.
charge. It's got Bluetooth. All right, cool.
Power off.
So we got a working tube speaker here. That's got to be at least worth 5 or 10 bucks, even used. There's the level on the brain. Another Empire, plastic level, kind of cheap, but you know, you can use it for landscaping or whatever. All right, here's a nice one. We got a Zircon stud finder, and that's all still in the packaging with some mounting hardware there, and also another little level and a pencil in the back, the whole package. So this is the kind of thing that would be good to resell when it's all still packaged like that. I've already got 3-4 Zircon stud finders that are in different bags that I use, so I don't really need another one. We got some hardware. We've got some drywall screws that's mostly full. Just got some random, looks like wood screws, drywall screws, mixed set. Some pretty much full, about 2/3 full of wood glue, gloves, this is a made in China clamp, another level, this is going to be the level one, clamp, bits, level. How many levels are in here? Jeez. One of these pony clamps, or Jorgensen clamp. These are nice. Can't have too many of those. Cheap Chinese adjustable wrench. Stanley China pliers. More bits. Flashlight. Will it turn off? Turn off. There we go. Okay, Milwaukee multi-bit screwdriver with no bit. Cheapo bit driver. A Durabilt pry bar. Made in China. Look at this big old thing. See, you know, these things are useful. I use these in like landscaping. Lately I've had some jobs like cleaning out the not grout, but the space between like pavers and tile for doing poly sand, and a big old cheap screwdriver like this works for that, for adjusting the space between stones and just picking the stuff out of there. You don't want to use a nice screwdriver for that, so those are helpful. I think there's a whole set of Husky screwdrivers in here. It's not Husky Professional or USA, it's just the Chinese ones, but I think there's a whole set here. There's like 5 or 6, 7 of them there. More Stanley pliers, Chinese again, ruler, cheapo. Well, this is a Stanley hammer here. It's actually a pretty decent one. Metal shaft though. I'm not a huge fan of those, but they're okay. Another pry bar. Another square. This looks like a cheap, like Harbor Freight one. Bits, nut drivers, bits, and last but it appears last is a Arrow staple gun. All right, anything in these pockets? Come on, give me something good. Give me a goodie in here. Anything? Nothing? All right. Let's dump all this back in here and we'll go over to the bucket. Alright, the bucket. It's got a Husky Bucket Boss on it. These are kind of nice. I like these things. And this one's actually pretty heavy duty. Well, you can see there's a drill sticking out of there and it is red, so why don't we start with that one. This is a Milwaukee corded drywall gun, screw gun. You know, as far as corded tools goes, a corded drywall gun is actually not the worst in the world. I don't do drywall that often. If I did, I'd probably want to get a cordless one. You can get away with using the drywall bits that they have that same kind of, you know, end on there. But as far as corded tools goes, this isn't the worst option. I could probably sell this for 10 or 15 bucks at least online, or give it to one of my buddies who might actually use it. And then we got a Husky leather carpenter's belt here that's in pretty good condition. Definitely still got a lot of life left in it. Has to be a hatchet, right? One of these cheapo hatchets that looks like it's been sharpened 1,000 times. Got a scraper, a brush, wire brush. Another scraper. This one's a little more heavy duty. Nice. This is, what is this, a cutter? Yeah, just looks like a cheapo, like, hex cutter or something, I don't know. A couple of little mini clamps. These are always nice. I got bigger ones. I got, like, bigger ones, but it's nice to have little ones like this, just for small projects. Got a pretty decent sized basin wrench. It's probably made in China, but aren't they all these days? Let's see here. Some old pliers. Can't really make out what that is. Cheap. A little magnet picker-upper. These things are always nice. A micrometer. Ooh, made in Spain. Look at that. Spain. Come on, focus. Spain. There we go. Stanley tin snips. All right, here's a good one. The other day, I was ripping out an old busted sink in a client's house and cutting the epoxy that held the sink up, and I was trying to use, all I had was a flexible knife. And you know, you grab a knife and you think, oh, I got a putty knife, that's all I need, you know? No, sometimes you need a stiff knife and a flexible knife. You need a flexible knife for fixing, you know, dings in the drywall, but you also need a stiff knife for when you need to really, like, scrape or cut through stuff like that. So this will go in my bag. Got a Stanley USA pokey thing. Scratch all. Another clamp. Got some snips here. Ooh, look at that. I know that brand. Yeah, we know that one. Dymaloy. Nice. Some Wiss aviation snips. Another one of these little dinky pliers here. Oh, it's Exolite. Is that what it is? Ah, yes, Exolite. That must be what the other one is. Oh, old Sears tape measure. Cool. Let's see what it looks like. Made in the USA, back when there were still USA made tapes. You can't find a USA made tape to save your life nowadays. There's like 2 companies that still make them here, and they're little companies. It's not like they're available in stores anymore. That's cool. We got another Arrow stapler, same kind. Another Zircon stud finder. This one's in basically new condition. Pipe cutter. Inspection mirror. Cheapo dollar flashlight. What's this? This gotta be Exolite, no? Jensen. Jensen all, I'm guessing. Little X-Acto knife kit. Stanley 99E. The one and only. Ooh, look at this. Milwaukee Aviation Snips. That's nice. And last but not least, Craftsman knife. Alright, anything in the pockets here? Come on, make me lucky. What's this? Electrical tape. Nothing else. That's it. Alright. So there's your 35 bucks for that one. I think I made out alright. That Milwaukee screw gun is pretty good. Milwaukee Aviation Snips, a few other things. Yeah, this is a good haul. Let's throw all this in and then let's look at the big cojones. The big kahuna. Big cojones. What the hell's wrong with me? Alright, and here we are, the last thing to show. The 2 previous buckets were, bucket and bag, were a grand total of $70. I told you I spent $160 in total, which means only one thing. This wrench was $90. Okay, so I know I overpaid. I fully admit it. I admit that I overpaid, but this is a 24-inch Crescent USA in, I wouldn't say excellent shape, but in almost excellent shape. The jaws, as you can see, this is the first thing I noticed. It's so hard to find these wrenches where there's not at least a little bit of curl on the jaws. The jaws are like untouched. They're perfectly sharp. You know, there's no rollover whatsoever. I bet this probably was never used. It was bought, purchased, and then just sat wherever it was. So this is like almost mint condition. There's a little bit of rust, but we can get that off. There's a tiny little bit of just minor rust here and there that can come off. This is basically a mint 24-inch Crescent. So the guy wanted 95. I'm like, I'll come get it for 90. He said, yeah, of course, obviously. So would have been nice to pay 50 or 60, but you know, there's just so few of these left. There's so few of these left in great condition. I've gotten better deals on ones that weren't in that great a shape. I had one, I think that was an Irrega that was in excellent shape that I got for 50 bucks. I mean, they're out there, but my thought is there's only a certain number of these things left, so as long as it's not totally ridiculous. If he had said, if he stuck to 95, I might not have done it. Just being able to talk him down $5 was enough to do it, but probably wouldn't have paid. I wouldn't pay $100 for unless it was like maybe Proto or Snap-on. For a standard Crescent, I think in the 80 to 90 range is the max that you want to pay for these things. But it's a nice piece of U.S. history. It's in great shape, and now we got 4 or 5 24-inchers to add to my collection. So that's it. That's the haul. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time.